remembers him anymore. Like, it's...
In the morning, you are woken to the sound of reveille from a bugle as they are playing the last rites for Sten down in the courtyard below.
Pluto, they do still remember.
Oh, they for sure remember. You were trying to console me?
Yeah, I'm like, nobody will remember in the morning.
And
oh boy.
Petra says as she heads out, Ansem's taking guard duty if you want to come out to the courtyard and pay your respects to Sten. We couldn't really scrape up everything, but we managed to get a little bit of him. We think it might be some bones, so at least his family has something.
Okay.
Is it an open casket?
No, but it's... At least one of the other Hooded Lanterns will take it back to his wife and children in Emberwood Village.
Just think of it like he's been cremated.
Oh, yes.
You helped speed up the cremation process.
Yeah.
Normally it
I
happens when
started
people
it
are
when
dead.
he was alive and perfectly healthy.
Down in the courtyard, many of the Hooded Lanterns are assembled in a rough block as you can already overhear at the distance the Lord Commander is just saying a few words, the last rite of the Hooded Lanterns. It seems to be a ceremony that perhaps in its heyday would have been a way of remembering one of the City Watch who died in the service of the city, but it gives you an idea of just how few Hooded Lanterns there are. Many of them are arrayed in the courtyard, which there's a couple dozen of them, maybe no more than 100. Based on the group of them that are all lined up here, and the others that are still tending to their guard posts. This is not a lot of people, but they all show that kind of grim determination on their faces as the Lord Commander speaks. Petra leads you forward and says, as the Lord Commander speaks up and says, with that, we'll take our breakfast together, and if anyone of you would like to come up here to the platform and say your last words in Sten's honor, say some words in Sten's honor, please do so. He served our city well.
Should I open with a joke? Do you want me to, like, herald you in?
Maybe, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present the gracious, humble, handsome,
Murdering.
very kind Pluto Jackson. He's never laid a finger on any innocent people on purpose.
There is not much applause from the assembly of
It's just him applauding. Without further ado, the great and mighty Troll Killer himself.
You head up to the platform where the Hooded Lanterns are standing before, and on a small pedestal in a metal bucket are what are ostensibly Sten's remains. You stand in front of the assembled Hooded Lanterns, Pluto, and they all eye you up.
It's got this.
To Sten. His curiosity was only matched by his inability to survive the goo. We will remember you, Sten, for your childlike wonder in poking things with your hand. I didn't know you long, and I don't really know you now. But what I would say is, I'm sorry. Like curiosity killed the cat, am I right?
Make a performance check.
1.
Sebastian, at this point, he like turns to face the Hooded Lanterns and he starts. And nobody.
Solid 1.
With that, the Lord Commander just said, get off the stage. You didn't know him.
I walk away. So I walk away proud, but like knowing that I don't know what I'm doing. I shouldn't have been there. I realize a little bit of regret. I shouldn't have said anything.
There's a few others that speak, and As you come down, Petra says that was a little uncalled for, Pluto.
I think I'm just a little nervous.
Well, at least you said you were sorry. Thanks for whatever it's worth.
Oh yeah, no problem. Did I say I was sorry?
A few other hooded lanterns get up,
Everyone's.
and Petra says, "We're gonna take some time this morning to have breakfast and remember Sten. Take whatever time you need. I think the commander wants to meet with you all in the afternoon."
Deal.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna give Petra 50 gold pieces, and it's a college fund for Sten's son or daughter.
She looks down at the bag of gold and she says, "This is a lot of money."
I hope he gets into college, or she, or whatever they want to do. Maybe they want to be a bard. I didn't have anything against that. I didn't say there's anything wrong with that.
You can't buy back his life, but at least his family will have comfort for the time being. I'll take it to them.
Thank you, Petra.
Man, you could have bought so many things with that money.
It's the least I can do.
That's a good
There's
gesture.
less that you could do, but I see your point.
Good gesture, but I mean, not throwing the goop would have been a better gesture.
Yeah, all right.
But I see why you
I
did it.
spilled it. That's what happened.
We'll go with that.
It was like a oil crisis thing where I'm taking responsibility, but like it kind of spilled on its own. So like I'll take, but it's like really not my fault.
Deal, stand up, focus. Anyway,
That's what I'm saying.
my important question: how's my hair situation?
Your hair is starting to grow back.
Does it grow back quickly or at a normal rate?
It's growing back at an accelerated rate.
Good.
Is that a buzz cut?
By the end of the day, I
Yeah,
will
it's
look
like a buzz cut right now.
Weird.
Yeah.
Minor illusion. Nice hair.
So, you receive word that in a few hours the Lord Commander plans to meet with the three of you again and Lenore to discuss next steps. How do you want to pass the afternoon?
I want to sit down with both of you and just kind of reflect on what we've done so far. We've done a lot since we've been here.
You want to hang out on the wall and like kick our legs over the edge?
Yeah.
I'll come, but I had very important plans this morning.
Okay, all right.
I was going to look for a nice lounge chair and read my mom's spell book.
You can read your mom's spell book while we're on the wall, kicking our legs.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice place to lounge. Let's do it.
I would love to see if there's anything you can learn from your mom's spell book too.
Yeah, I have no idea how to read spells. I only was in school for a little bit.
I'm sure if we put our heads together, we can figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Cool. So you head up to the battlements of Shepherd's Gate. Kind of sit up on the crenellations themselves, overlooking the city.
in the city before. They taught me to harness my powers, and I respect them for that. They've done a lot for me. So we don't know much about the cult of the falling fire, though.
They seem like nice people when we help them.
They seem nice, a little crazy, but they kept talking about heroes coming back to Drakenheim, and I mean,
You're here.
we're here.
That's true.
You're a hero too.
Really?
And what if they could be guided?
Yeah.
Like maybe they just need a little bit of a nudge in the right direction, and it can be a great thing for Drakenheim.
So what we've decided is we're on the side of all of the factions, except the Queensmen
Yeah.
and the Gnolls. Are the Gnolls a faction?
No. They're monsters, but
Monsters
you know,
can be factions.
I think I'd be worried about, yeah, I could do with like wolves and minotaurs and stuff, but rats, the ratlings, they gotta stay. We gotta make sure we make a house home for them here.
Do you think anybody in Drakenheim, any leader, is going to let us keep the ratlings around?
I mean, sometimes you don't have a choice when rats stick around. Like a lot of the time, you just don't get to choose. Rats just are there. Like I've had rats in Caspia for years. We try to get rid of them, but they just don't go
You
away.
talking rats?
No, regular rats. So I can assume talking rats are much more difficult to upend
Yeah.
and relocate.
They also kill more people.
But they can be reasoned with.
I mean,
Slash scared into
can they be reasoned with? If we let the rats take the sewers, is the new Drakenheim going to have occasional rat murders? Like, is
We're rat
that...
merchants.
You just have to balance how many rat murders are we okay with. I'm up to like a dozen a year. I'm really good with a dozen a year. That's like one a month. That's like pretty good numbers.
More adventurers die to trolls every day than ratlings.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's just you should just know not to go near the sewers. That should just be.
Don't go in the...
And should the ratlings be the maintainers?
This is a very deep conversation.
And you had this deep conversation of how the ratlings may impact the future economics of the city of Drakenheim. One of the Hooded Lanterns pages comes and says, "It's time for our meeting with the Lord Commander."
Oh wow, we spent this whole time talking about ratlings.
They're very important to the future city of Drakenheim. But I guess we should talk about the now city of Drakenheim with the commander.
And we have no problem. Actually, we have many problems. Let's go discuss.
Yeah.
We have a lot.
Back in the main keep, one of the upper floor offices has been converted into a meeting room that the page leads you to, where Ansel, Petra, several of the other newly minted royal guards who are wearing kind of these blue sea green cloaks with gold trim are all speaking. And seated at the head of the table is Lenore. She has found a rather striking dark purple gown that she is now wearing that complements the porcelain mask that she wears. And it has this very wide-brimmed purple hat. Where these clothes came from. But she rocks it.
Lady, you look amazing.
Thank you, Vale, she says behind the porcelain mask. The Lord Commander is at her side, and he has a bunch of papers in front of her. It seems like as you came into the room, he was trying to tell her what's happened over the past 15 years. And even though you can't see the expression on her face, it seems like she might be terribly bored by the whole thing. As you come into the room, the Lord Commander turns to you all and says, "Show your proper honors for our queen."
I kneel.
Your Majesty, and I bow.
disagreements, but you've all had the interests of the city at heart. I worry. It seems that the doctor fled, and the Lord Commander tells me he is not to be trusted. But he was treating me, and he has brought clarity to my mind. I want you to know that despite any misgivings you might have had with that man, he did what you asked him to do.
My queen, if I may say, he may have given clarity to your mind, but he actually was using you for his own terrible deeds to try to experiment on you.
Of that I have no doubt. When you find him, I want him taken alive, so that I may issue the stay of execution, the sentence of execution, myself.
I'm gonna change my to-do list here. Remember, prosecutors now. Hitting that? Okay. We can work
The
with
Lord
that.
Commander speaks and says, our queen may need continued treatment. The first question is, do we ask the Silver Order for help?
Yes.
We did already tell them that we have the queen, so that's not a secret. And we did already suggest bringing the healers in to look at the queen. So that has been laid out. So it seems like a valid option.
Lenore speaks up. I don't recall asking for your opinion on the matter, Lord Commander, nor do I think I need the opinion of you three with respect. I would like to see the Flamekeeper.
As you wish, my lady.
Apologies.
My lady, I've
Beg pardon, madam. The Lord Commander says. Yes?
I have a question. If the Flamekeepers cannot do what you wish them, we have a secondary option to go with.
We do.
Potentially, the Amethyst Academy might be
I
able
see.
to. But I don't know what your opinion is of them, my lady.
They're strange, and they often want much in the way of money for their services. Money that I suspect we do not have access to right now through the Treasury. The Lord Commander shakes his head. This is a shame. They were a good resource years ago when we could count on being able to afford their sight. I would like very much if they would be willing to find out where my children are.
It's something I think we can look into, potentially. But I'd like to keep them as a backup just in case these Flamekeepers don't. I'd like to have a plan B because I think your health is of the utmost importance.
Indeed. I am to understand that you are planning some sort of military engagement, Lord Commander, to retake the outer reaches of the city. And you three plan to be involved in this?
Yeah, we're gonna help.
We're probably the crux of it all, but yeah.
Well,
Right.
I will leave matters of security and military to you and the Lord Commander. You, Pluto Jackson, we have a matter of state to discuss. When your meeting with the Lord Commander is complete, please see me privately.
Yes, Your Majesty.
With Pluto.
Privately?
That is correct. He is a prince of Caspia, is he not?
Yes,
Yeah.
my queen.
Okay. Alright.
Then we will convene only as heads of state and their representatives may.
Guys, it's like, I'll probably like get a ceremonial dagger. We'll probably write some signatures on a piece piece of paper, you know, like political stuff.
Yeah, I'm not one for politics. But that... What business... No, wait, I can't really ask the Queen. That's her... She's not going to answer me. Okay.
Your Majesty, I think coming us together as a group, we should know what our next plans of action are together. No?
No, Vale. I will confer with Pluto Jackson privately.
As you wish.
In the meantime, do you have any of my flowers?
I think we gave
Oscar.
the rest.
They're all gone at this point.
But we can get more.
Could get more.
What are those crystals that I've heard about? They're very pretty. I'd like a few.
We can find some for you.
Not delirium.
Well, we don't have any now. But it is hard to come by, but we'll do our best.
I think we can work on the flowers when we get some more.
The flowers, yes.
Legion's crystals were so beautiful, I must say. They sing, don't they? I can hear them. It's like a little chorus all across the city.
They kind of do, yeah.
That's very
I drank a bunch of it.
Yeah, they do, but
When I drink one of the potions, I hear singing.
they also turn rats mutant and monsters.
And a pair.
Based on our experience with them.
Yeah, we
Just be cautious because they can do more harm than good.
I know myself and my own caution, and I thank you for your counsel, Vale.
So here,
I would like to have some of the flowers and crystals, please. The sooner you can bring some to me, the better.
we will put it on our checklist.
right at the top. Right
Well,
at the top
no,
of the
maybe
to-do
not.
list.
I will take my leave. You may discuss your matters with the Lord Commander, and I will see you shortly, Prince Jackson.
Yes, my lady. Thank you.
I bow again.
With that, she stands up and leaves, taking a gate that almost seems to float as she leaves the room.
So poised, so beautiful.
Pluto
As
Jackson.
she leaves the room, the Lord Commander says, I'm glad to have her, but she's going to complicate things greatly.
Commander, we can't give her any delirium.
How can we lie to her?
We can bring her other crystals.
She knows.
Listen, if we bring her delirium, the last time we gave it to her, it sank into her hand and then her eyes started glowing again.
Yep.
But she has the cool visor now.
And we didn't say that we said we would try. We'll do our best.
Do you have any of those flowers?
We know where
They're
they are.
They're in Queen's Park Garden.
I think we ran out.
But good luck getting them back. It's a bit nasty in there. So,
She's making a lot of demands, and I am very conscious of keeping up with them, because if she gets angry and opens up...
Yeah.
But yay, Queen's back.
we have to be cautious of.
Three
We have to
crows.
understand that she, Dan the Pussycats needs to understand that she's still in a mind of, yes, functioning mind, but she's still not herself. And I think we still need to realize that as much as she, the queen, we have to make sure that the safety of the city goes first. And if she's busting out lasers out of her eyes, that's not safe for anyone.
I think we need to
I
find her
agree.
children.
Yes, I would say that would be a primary, and it's the goal that she gave us. It's the
Yeah, technically that takes precedence over flowers and crystals.
she gave us that first.
And the flowers might buy us some time.
I
I
agree.
feel like they're less dangerous.
Maybe.
We've gone through Oscar Yoren's lab, and it does seem like he has left behind a few more of these doses of whatever he was giving the queen. Should we continue giving her this or not?
No,
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
don't think
Vea,
so.
what do you think?
I think
Why?
that, remember what he said? He was trying to turn her into something, and I think those doses were changing her.
He was keeping her head clear though.
But that's why we want to get the falling the flame keepers in to assess the situation, I think, first before giving her
But what if her
dose.
situation gets worse because she doesn't have the medicine in the time being?
What if we
All I could recall was that Oscar Jorn said that she needed these doses daily. So if we stop this, whatever happens is going to start happening again.
Listen, I think if you see her getting worse, then maybe give her one of those, because at least it keeps her somewhat
At
herself.
least a half dose.
We're meeting
Yeah,
with the
that's what I was
Silver
thinking.
Order in 2 days.
find a replacement for Oscar?
I feel like we don't have the knowledge to make that assessment.
So just because I understand your concern, Veo.
But we also need to keep her alive, and I'm worried about her going the other way if we don't give it to her.
That is true.
I mean, I took some notes from Oscar's notes.
Yeah.
Can you go over those notes, see if there's anything that you can figure out, Sebastian?
Delirium bad.
You can take the next couple days to figure it out. It's fine.
That's literally all the notes I have.
I think
No, wait, there's a few more.
we should be conscious of giving her more, I would say, at this point, in terms of not the serum that he's created, but delirium crystals, I would say, goes too far and will morph her into something that she is not, regardless of what she is now.
In light of this, I'm considering inviting the Silver Order here directly to meet with us.
I think that makes sense. Rather than the mill, she's safe and secure here. This seems like a good meeting place.
Yeah, agreed.
Having a few paladins walking around too might not be the worst for morale.
No, that would be terrible. I can't invite too many of them here in the fortress. Many of my men don't trust the Silver Order.
Okay.
But we're very quickly creating more problems for ourselves because of the Queen. If we go ahead with assaulting Temple Gate, our forces are going to be depleted by that attack. Even if it goes well, we're going to lose people. And then we're going to be stretched thin, because we're going to need to hold here to protect the Queen when we're holding her in the keep, and hold on to whatever ground we gain in the city. Even with the Silver Order, there's less than 400 soldiers between our two organizations. Defending whatever we hold is going to be really difficult. Yes, we can strike deeply, we can attack, we can slay things, we can get anywhere in the city, but to hold ground in the city is another matter entirely. Because in addition to all that, we have people under our care. We have non-combatants that stay here in the keep and help keep us supplied. We need to have supplies. We need to find equipment. We need to scavenge. Everything else. We need to get messages outside the city and see if we can garner some more support from the other nobles. And just keeping security here with Lenore.
Could take care of.
I have two problems that I'm worried about. Well, 3, maybe 4.
There's lists of problems.
We can't trust the Silver Order, but they're a known quantity.
Mhm.
If the Amethyst Academy wants to do anything, we probably can't do anything about it. But the Queen's men, the followers of the Falling Fire, they're unknown quantities. And we don't know.
I'm gonna stop here
if the
for some
Queen's
lunch
men
before.
know
Oh,
that
parking
Lenore's
lot
here.
is filled up. No,
With Oscar
there's
running around, it
2
wouldn't
available
surprise me if that's where he
slots.
went first.
1.
I think we can assume that they
Available.
probably know by now.
There's also the cell that I may or may not have unlocked during the kerfuffle with Oscar that
Indeed.
apparently some Queen's men may have gotten out. Did they know? No, word was kept pretty tight-lipped.
as tightly as possible, but
I did
we
yell at that
can't
one.
take the risk
Mhm.
that our enemies don't know. We have to assume that they do. This means the Queen of Thieves claims that she is the Queen of Dragon.
Well, I'm turning off
She's
the
not
stream now,
going to
so
stand for sounds like
I
it'd be a
can
real
stream
pain.
on my way home after the thingy funeral. So
I've worked as a bounty hunter for a long time. Is this what you're asking? Are you asking us to take out the Queen of Thieves?
If I was the Queen of Thieves,